What's up, Batman Arkham fans? It's Tim here, and today I'm doing episode 6 of my Batman Arkham 4 series. And today's topic is something I wanted to see, of course, in the game, and that is a larger map with more of a Gotham City feel to it, and pedestrians that are in cars moving at all times, and a more real life, sort of like a GTA type of feel. So, one thing I want to see is in the new game is I want to see Gotham City. Now, of course, we got to see Gotham City in Origins, but it wasn't really what I wanted to see. Now, if you look in every game, there's always a skyline of something. Like in Origins, you saw the skyline of all those sky towers. Same with City, and even in Asylum, you always saw a skyline. That skyline we see is where I want to be. I want to be where there's towers, where there's pedestrians, cars moving, lights flashing, like New York or whatever you would see Gotham City like. It's a little more darker, but there's still people moving, going to their church, going to groceries, going to rob somebody. There's always something going on. I want to see Batman had to stop a crime from a pedestrian just at all times, you know? So I want to see a larger map, which we obviously saw in Origins, but a little bit larger, with just one part of the map being that alive state. Now, of course, I want to see Arkham City where it's like everywhere you turn, there's snipers and everything going on. But then I also want you to be able to travel to a map, self-controlled Batwing also, where you can travel to another part of the map where you're actually, with towers, and Batman can grapple up using the ledges from a window to grapple up extremely tall buildings. And I want a little bit more buildings be able to access. I think it would be pretty interesting to be able to access maybe just a random house in Arkham City and just see how maybe thugs were living there, and just a little bit more open wide world with more pedestrians, really, because we never saw in each game, like even in Origins, we knew that there are people living in those buildings, but we could never see them because there was that huge snowstorm that blocked people from even leaving their houses. And I think it would be more interesting we just saw people entering and leaving a house, or just even cars driving back and forth. And maybe you could see, I don't know, helicopters or planes flying by. Just a more alive state, and just honestly pedestrians. And one thing you would think about is like, okay, well, if Batman's gonna be in a part of the map that's so alive, you probably don't want him just walking through the streets. So maybe there's a certain, like, a thing that, okay, you have to stay in the shadows when you're in the city. So you can't just, walk through people, like, during a sidewalk or when it's alive and everything. So they could always work their way around that and just make it more realistic, because that's one problem I always have with the games is I want to see a more alive state. So last thing I want to say is in Arkham Origins, you notice that buildings might have seemed a little bit bigger to you. The map itself, the whole feel of it seemed a lot like you were, like almost that you were smaller. Like you kind of noticed that there were certain things you couldn't grapple onto, or they seemed so far away. And that's because they made the map bigger and certain buildings just seemed taller to you. And I did enjoy that, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I liked Arkham City. I liked the feel of Arkham City a lot more, where you seemed almost more controllable. Now, I wish they stuck to the Arkham City feel and just still made the map bigger, and that's what I want to see in the next Arkham game, is more of the Arkham City feel to it. I did like Origins, but I just felt not as powerful, and that's one problem I think they had with the game, is that they made everything seem bigger when really they should have stuck with the same feel to it and then made the map bigger. But of course, they had different people making the game, so they couldn't make it exactly. But hopefully for Arkham 4, it goes back to, the Rocksteady games, and Montreal can still work with it and everything. But basically, I want the same feel as City and not much as Origins, because Origins, like just traveling the bridge, it just seemed so wide. I did enjoy like the whole bridge thing, but there are certain things I'm like, why can't I grapple onto that? Like, I should be able to go up there. Why not? Like, I want to go that high up. I want to dive down that and feel that amazing breeze, I just like to think about it. But anyway, grappling onto that's one problem I have with Origins. And that's pretty much it, guys. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below on what you want to see in Batman Arkham 4, and your thoughts on having live pedestrians and more a live world going on in the next Arkham game. But anyway, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.